Hi everyone. I'm going to discuss part C reading today. And yes, OET is very challenging, and my contributions are towards helping improve your reading skills, not just reading, but any other subjects. If you have any doubts or any help you need for this exam, make sure I'm your person right next door. Do knock me in and see the results. Okay. We do have so many clients at the moment. I do have like two students, and I'm hoping to expand my group and literally give my experience. Okay. This file is from the official website. I am not going to promote any other subscriptions because I believe authenticity is the core maximum thing to get our improvements moving all over around us. Okay. Do not fall into these pitfalls of using multiple materials. All you need is practice. And practice is also something that is to be designed strategically based on your weaknesses. Okay. If you come up to me, I'm going to set up one-to-one sessions so that we can be on the same page and get to understand each other. Okay. I believe this is going to be very pertinent in your preparation because that way we will have a in-depth analysis of where you exactly you're lagging behind. Okay. Now, in this session, I'm going to go only over two questions. However, you have 8 questions in the reading part C. I'm just going to give you a quick gist of how I'm going approaching these questions. Okay, let's quickly get started. Yeah. Okay. First question. Um. Well, let me tell you one more important point that just popped up on my head. So it is a time consuming act. It is in fact energy sucking subset of OET part C. And I can reassure you though that if you allot a little bit more time on this subset, you're likely to have a better score. I did just as much as I can, and it was sufficient. It isn't anything like a mind-boggling thing, okay, at first place. So just think of it in a positive way and approach it. We make sure you have at least around 30 minutes for part C, and then try and mark the paragraphs. If you are writing, giving in a paper based form, it's very, very easy and comprehensive. Like you can simply go manually writing on each paragraphs. You need to have this numericals by the side of the paragraphs because when you are asked questions you can quickly locate the words in there. So that will save up a lot of your time and not prevent you from eating um, up so much of time. Okay, that which is what is the main goal for us. Now, when it comes to the computer-based exam, it is pretty challenging for you because you will not have a paper at first place to mark those numericals on your side, but you need like a mind playing thing on while you are reading. So that is a little bit of a disadvantage if you're taking a computer based exam. However, with practice, both of these modes of giving exam is doable. Okay. So because I personally I did paper based exam back 2 years ago. and then I gave computer based exam, so I know how much it takes to have that transition from the paper to the computer. Okay, I will give you a better insights if you can book a session with me. um, so that was a quick note, and then let's quickly scroll up. Before you start reading the questions, make sure you understand the title. Conjunctive group therapy, a case study of an adult type 1 diabetes mellitus patient. So it's just about one single patient. Okay, that is what I understand. And then I read the first paragraph. In the first paragraph, what aspect of DM1 is highlighted? Now, in this question, you can't simply go highlighting every single bit like this, because there is the cons added to this act. One of the cons is that you will stumble on what you have to read for, and you don't really know where exactly to concentrate. So there is a art of highlighting stuff. Okay, you have to not highlight every bit of detail. It's just the things that you would want for or you would look for. Okay, so undoubtedly it is the first paragraph you are looking for, and then you want to know what is that particular aspect that is being highlighted. Okay, so just highlight this particular aspect. This way you know what you're looking for. Now I'm going to quickly go on and read my first paragraph. Diabetes mellitus is a chronic condition and a significant public health problem. Complications are responsible for high mortality and, in many cases, premature mortality. Type 1 diabetes has an early onset, and insulin injection is an integral part of the medical therapy. The onset of type 1 diabetes generates various biological and psychological changes and may force patients to face complicated challenges. Okay, such as maintaining optimal physical health, managing the condition, and dealing with possible comorbidities and unpredictable symptoms. So that's a lot, right? They are doing a lot. As a chronic condition, DM1 demands radical changes in lifestyle in order for the patient to achieve effective adjustment. Okay, now quickly going back to our question. So let's look at the options. Demanding treatment regimen it entails. Okay, I think it's not an answer because it's not the demanding treatment, but it's the DM that requires the demanding lifestyles. Okay, so I would want you guys to go through every question and come up with your reasons for why you were choosing that or why you're not choosing that. This way, you can literally cram down the options and at the same time get to the positive answer, the likely answer, the most probable answer. Okay. So I'm going to cut it out because it's not demanding treatment. And then choice B, the extent of the problems it causes society. Now, was there any mention of society? I believe no, right? It was more towards the patients, okay? The patient who was being diagnosed with the DM rather than the society um, overall. And it was not a society problem, it was a problem of patients being diagnosed with DM. Okay. So as you read, when you are looking for this particular thing, what aspect you know what you're reading for, you know what you are looking for. So that is all it needs. You're not being distracted. Okay. It really, really helps. Try this technique out. And then look at your another option, that is choice C there. The degree of disruption it brings to patients' lives. Probably this could be the right one because I do read that there was something that they had to do, managing the patient's condition, dealing with some things. There were so many things, right? So, but still, it is bit clumsy. Okay. You can always go back and read the paragraph if you feel that way. But then let's look at the final option there. That's the severity of medical complications it can lead to. Okay. Now, I don't think there was any mention of medical complications whatsoever in the paragraph. Okay. So this brings me back to the choice C. But then I'm not sure. Okay. All I'm now doing is reading the paragraph again to confirm my predictions or my um, likely answer. Okay. So in again, I'm simply going to highlight the words. Okay. The onset of diabetes generates various biologic, psychological. It may force patients, okay, to face so many things: managing, maintaining, and dealing, unpredictable. Okay. So yes, and then this demands radical changes in the lifestyle. Okay. There was a lot of things. Undoubtedly, there were so many things patients were likely doing. So I think it's the degree that was being described, and then disruption in the sense unpredictable symptoms. Okay. So unpredictable is a huge word that matches well with the choice C. Okay. Let me double check my answer. Oh, okay. Yes, it's right. So this way you can go reasoning your options and then looking for words that match your option choice. Okay. Next, coming to the last question of this particular session. The writer sees one benefit of a biopsychosocial approach as, okay, here I'm going to highlight the one benefit, okay, because we want to focus on that one benefit. Okay, but then you may want to focus as something. Okay, this one benefit as something. So as is another important highlighting word over there. Okay, so let's go. While patients' individual differences play a significant role in the course of the condition, they will also share several common psychological reactions to the DM1, such as being denial, stress over the diagnosis, prognosis, treatment of the condition, as well as depression. Consequently, DM1 treatment requires what is being termed as biopsychosocial approach. There you go. So whenever you find the highlighting word, you are likely to read something beyond that or something above that. Keep reading because there could be answer there. Okay. Combining medical monitoring and regimen compliance on one hand and the psychological intervention on the other hand. Okay. Group therapy for patients with physical illness is based on this model and has been widely used in the clinical research and practice. It has been used both for its effectiveness and as a therapeutic approach, and also because as a process, it enables simultaneous treatment of a large number of patients. Okay. Numerous studies have been found group therapy to be more effective. Okay, this highlighting thing is such a mess. Okay, for chronic conditions in general and more specifically for DM1. Okay, so I just read that through. Okay, now look at the options. Allowing medical professionals to conduct valuable research. Was there a mention of medical professionals anywhere? No. I will cut it out. Next, coming to the choice B, focusing on the person as an individual rather than on the condition. Uh-huh. This is not the answer as well because it talks about focusing the person as an individual, which is not right because most of the paragraph was more about group therapy as a group. Okay, so that rules out our choice B. And next is the choice C, addressing issues shared by many patients with persistent conditions. Maybe looks a little bit okay answer to me. Next, coming to the choice D, producing the most rapid improvements in patients with mental health issues. Okay, now my mind prompts me that the answer could probably be between C and D. Now, in order for me to get a better clarity, I will try to go back and see the choice D. Okay, choice D is more focused on the mental health issues. While it does say there are mental health issues, okay, denial and stress, but on the other sentence where there is signposting, like consequently, it says combining medical regimen on one hand with that of the psychological intervention on the other, meaning it is not totally a psychological aspect altogether, but the combination of the medical monitoring with that of the psychological approach. Now, the one benefit that is being described here could be more towards option C, because addressing issues shared by many patients with persistent conditions goes really well. One thing I suggest you to look for is the synonyms. Synonyms will likely be thrown on the options. In the paragraph, if you quickly observe, there is something like the chronic thing that was being mentioned. Okay, so chronic is more towards persistent, something that is long term. And then many patients is also another important word out there. Now, I will quickly tell you why I have chosen for choice C in more detail once I confirm the answer. Okay, I'm going to quickly confirm it if it's right. Yeet. Okay, yes. Yeah, addressing issues. So that's right. Okay, now let me go back to the paragraph. In this paragraph, you can cram this to the choice C by using highlighting feature. Since there is lot of hassle bustle with the highlighting thing, I will make sure next time I don't do this mistake. Okay, so bear with me. I'm simply going to highlight keywords that prompted me to this option. So it's the group therapy. Okay, and it is large number of patients, numerous studies. Okay, all these words put together brought me up to this particular option. So when you're reading, you need comprehension, you need highlighting the words that have the similar meaning, and then matching these words with the options. You see, I have highlighted three important words, and then I have tried to put them together as a picture. And you can see how this picture aligns well with the choice C. That is the degree of disruption. Oh, sorry, this one. Addressing issues shared by many patients. Okay. So, yes, that's how I approached part C. I know it's a lot to take in, but then if you try to do this without any time constraints, you're likely to get a right answer. But yes, since OET comes with the time constraints, you do need to practice with the time on this particular subset. However, I wouldn't have you to do the time thing at the first place. Try and get the better hold of it, and then probably you can go towards having the time on and then doing these questions. Okay. Practice these simple techniques that I have mentioned in this video, and I'm sure you will see uh, great improvement in your subset of part C. Okay. I hope you really like this video. And if you do, please do share it with your friends so that they are also with you on the same page. And till then, bye bye for now. And thank you for viewing my video. If you have any doubts on any of the subsets, feel free to book a session with me and we shall go together on this. Thank you.